So wherever you want to start, if you're seated, a nice mudra is our Bahu mudra, which is our pinky ring and thumb touching. Yeah, so you could do this mudra if you're seated, and the other two fingers are out, and we're going to place them down. So if we're seated on our knee, it might be kind of out like that. Kind of like an upside down peace sign, I guess you could say. Yeah, that's a good way to explain it. So that's an option. And even if you're lying down, you know, you could just kind of hold that down, but point those fingers towards the earth. This is our grounding mudra. It's perfect. You were flying all day. It's ground, ground, ground. Just feel the earth underneath our body. Maybe notice the parts of our body that are heavier in the earth element. So maybe notice your bones, that skeletal system. Notice the muscles on your bones. And then drop into the earth below. Allowing our yin practice to support us in winding down, to support us in calming that nervous system. Just trusting the process, trusting that our highest self has brought us to this point. Believing that there's energy at work orchestrating more than we could ever imagine, which includes us being exactly where we are right now. And dropping in to the moment. Letting go. Now if you're on your back, bring the soles of your feet together. If you're seated, let's come onto our backs. I'm going to come into either reclined butterfly, so soles of the feet together, knees out. If that's not accessible, send your left leg long. Let the right knee come out. So that's the leg portion of the practice. And if you have one leg out and one foot in, I'll cue us to switch. Otherwise, find your reclined butterfly. And now let's bring the left arm across the chest. And then that right hand, just rest it kind of on the shoulder or on that right arm or the left arm. So the right arm rests on the left arm. And that's just going to guide the shoulder open. So really getting comfortable. Maybe even noticing if there's a little discomfort. Sometimes our yin practice, the lesson is to learn to sit in discomfort. Not pain, but maybe a little discomfort. And so settling into this shape. If you can't access reclined butterfly, again, that left leg out, the right foot on the inside of the leg, the right knee bent and out to the side. Let your head rest. Allow stillness to fill your space. Eric Schiffman wrote that the power of yoga is moving into stillness in order to experience the truth of who we are. So allow this stillness to bring us into our truth, into our true self, not who we feel like we need to be to please others, not who we think we need to be in order to emotionally take care of others around us because of their insecurities, but allowing us to be who we were born to be. Just dropping into that experience. And now if you have your left leg long and your right knee bent, bring that right leg to the sky, the right knee to the sky, send the right leg long, and then bend that left knee to the sky, and then drop that left knee out to the side. So it's kind of like a reclined tree pose. And now let's release that left arm to the side. Maybe pause for a moment, and then bring the right arm across the body. That left hand on that right arm, just wherever is comfortable. Just going to open up that right shoulder. And dropping into stillness. Dropping into the experience of your truth. Maybe scanning the face and noticing if you're holding any effort in the face, and just relax the face. Now let's breathe in a cleansing breath and breathe out. Breathe in, maybe a breath of courage. Breathe out. And now just breathe in. On the out breath, maybe bring that arm back to the ground. Let both arms come to the earth. Shoulder blades find the earth. If you're in butterfly, extend your legs long. If you're in tree, bring that left knee to the sky and then straighten that left leg out. Let's find our rebound. Both legs are long. Arms are maybe at the side. Just notice the body coming into this neutral shape. One more breath. And let it go. So let's roll over to one side and make ourselves to a seated position. So our next shape is, there's two options. We can do just a wide-legged, just a seated forward fold. So your feet can be together. They can be as wide as feels comfortable. But maybe try to keep them together. And then we'll just fold over. And in our Yin Yoga, we relax our feet. So let the feet kind of flop wherever they fall. And then round the back, maybe the chin to the chest. Sometimes it's nice to bring some blocks or some pillows and make a little tower. You can rest your forehead on those blocks. You might feel this in your back. Maybe you'll feel it in the back of the legs. So that's an option. And then the other one, it's a little more active, but it's also for the back. Coming into your malasana, so your feet are like kind of hip distance apart, and just drop down, and then you can bring the arms inside and just drop that head. We're going to be here about 5 minutes, so really find what you feel like is right for you. And maybe you switch partway through. And just being open to whatever the body is going to receive in the shape. You might notice just different emotions that come up. Maybe releasing of fear. And maybe you have fears that do pop up as this pose is really supporting and activating that urinary bladder meridian that goes along the spine. And that works with the kidney, and the kidneys are responsible for that sense of safety in the world. Maybe you feel really safe here. Maybe you feel held. Just allow whatever comes up to be there, not wanting to change it or fix it, just letting it be. from that place of stillness, you can move into the present moment. There you will find your power. Melanie Beatty. So finding that power right here in our stillness, that truth of who we are, and that power. Just letting ourselves know that everything's going to be okay. Let's begin to bring some awareness to our breath and the shape. Just being with the breath. This breath that's been with us longer than we can even remember. And after your next exhale, just gently making your way to your back for your rebound. Moving out any blocks out of the way that maybe staying covered. Inviting that release. Finding that release. As we rest in stillness. Nothing to do, nothing to fix, nowhere to go. When you're ready, maybe exhaling a cleansing breath. And another breath of reassurance, letting it go. Maybe close the eyes or keep them closed if they're already closed. Let's bring our knees into the chest for just a couple breaths. If you rocking side to side. And then on an exhale, you can either cross the left leg over the right leg and then drop the knees to the side, maybe bringing your left shoulder towards the earth. It doesn't have to be on the ground. Maybe you have a block behind your left shoulder, or maybe you're on your right side. Your back, if that left shoulder is kind of closer to the ground, it's more of a twist. If you're just going to rest on your side with those legs on the side, it's less of a twist. You can even just stack the knees instead of twisting the legs. So just giving yourself some time to find that sweet spot. The legs are crossed, or if they're not crossed, I'm going to just stack mine. Feel that nurturance on the spine as we move it in different ways tonight. Dropping into the heart. Letting the palms soften. If it feels good, you can bring your arms overhead, kind of stretching out with arms overhead. Otherwise, just keep them wherever is comfortable. Do you have the patience to wait till your mind settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving till the right action arises by itself? From the Tao Te Ching. Our Yin Yoga provides us the opportunity to be still, to allow the wisdom of the body to bring that right answer up at the right time. Let's bring our awareness to our breath. And on the next exhale, let's roll onto our backs, bring the arms down. When you get to your back and those knees towards the sky, uncross the legs if they're crossed, and then cross them the other way, the right over left, and then drop them gently on an exhale over to the left. Maybe your knees aren't stacked, it's up to you. And then we'll find this twist on the other side. You can lift arms overhead if you want. And trust the process of stillness. Now feel your breath, and your awareness to your breath. And exhale, bring knees in your back to the ground, your knees to the middle. Undo the cross in your legs. Maybe hug the knees into the chest for just a breath. And then send our legs long. Just a little rebound after this twisted roots. Rooting down the back body, letting that chi flow. Now on an exhale, a couple options. Maybe bringing knees into the chest and holding your hands on your shins and just lying on your back. A little apanasana, we could call that. Or the same idea, that same intention. You can come into child's pose. Bring your knees as wide as you want or as close together as you want. Bringing the seat towards the heels. And then you can lie down with arms in front. So whether you're in child's pose or whether you're in apanasana, just give yourself space and time. Fall in love with the art of living. Fall in love with letting things be. Fall in love with listening. Be still in the sun, where the winds ever gently blow. Knowing it is here, in moments like this, you are living and you will grow. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and send your legs long. Let's find ourselves in our savasana, our final rebound, our final supportive resting shape. Giving yourself as much time as you need to get comfortable. Maybe removing your ponytail, covering your eyes with a sweatshirt sleeve or a clean sock, covering with blankets. It's coming into a cocoon. Coming into stillness. Let's bring your awareness to your heart. Feel your physical heart in your chest. Feel the heart lifting and lowering as you breathe. Safe within the walls of your ribcage. The lungs gently massaging your heart with every breath. Feel the strength of your physical heart. Feel the life that resides and is given by your physical heart. Thank your physical heart for just being and doing and being every day. Now bring your awareness to your emotional heart. With every breath, invite healing to your deepest emotions. Your lungs hugging your heart with every breath. Accepting and consoling your deepest emotions. And letting them go whenever you're ready. Now bring your awareness to your spiritual heart. With every breath, feel your connection to the greater whole. Feel the connection to the people in your community. Feel the connection to the people in your county. In your state. in your region, in your country, in your hemisphere. And across the entire globe. With each breath, feel that connection as light. Feel your body fill with light connection. Feel your body illuminate with love from and of the greater whole. With each breath, becoming less and less independent, more and more connected. More and more connected. The greater whole. Feeling on a heart level that what happens to another happens to you. What happens to you or for you happens to or for the greater whole. Allow yourself to feel all the aspects of the global whole. When you look at another person, you're looking at yourself. When you hear the joys of another person, you're hearing the joys of yourself. When you hear of the suffering of another, you're hearing of the suffering of yourself. With each breath, going deeper into that connection to source, to the greater whole. Feel that connection in every fiber of your being. There's no separateness, there's wholeness. Feel that in your being. Embody the greater whole. And now maybe bringing awareness to your fingertips. Maybe wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. And slowly bring awareness to your physical body, to your physical heart again. Dropping into your physical body. And although our physical bodies separate us from one another, that connection to the greater whole dwells within. Be opening and closing the hands, grounding back into your body. Maybe placing a hand on the heart, an ever-present reminder that we are the greater whole. On an exhale, roll over to one side and come to a seated position. Be closing the eyes and holding this space. Perhaps finding our Bahu Mudra, the upside down peace finger. Feeling that connection to the greater whole, humming within our physical bodies. Let's bring your hands together in front of our body. The pinky sides of the hands touch the palms or open to the skies if we were receiving little snowflakes in our hands. This gesture of openness to receive, this gesture of giving, this giving and receiving as parts of the greater whole. Let's exhale and inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.